Good morning, I'm Bethany Vaughn. This is Red Hot Yoga. This is Power Level 2. Let's get started. Take your knees to the inside edge of your mat. Put the tops of your feet down, big toes to touch. Lengthen your arms long out in front of you. Place your forehead onto the mat and then ease your hips and your buttocks back towards your heels. Create a lot of space in between the vertebrae, all up and down your spine. When you position your forehead onto the mat, you want to do so in such a way that the back of the neck feels long towards the crown of the head. So you might need to move your chin slightly forward, or you may need to move your chin slightly back towards your chest. It is more important that your forehead is on the mat than your seat touching your heels. So take your knees wide enough that you feel your low ribs touching your high thighs, and position your forehead down and then ease your hips back. Start breathing very, very deeply now all over all sides of your chest. And at first, you don't have to breathe evenly. You can just take inhalations and exhalations in the nose, out the nose, or if you need a cleansing breath, go in the nose and out the mouth a couple of times. You can take a cleansing breath anytime you need throughout the class. And just notice, how are you feeling this morning? How do you feel mentally, physically, emotionally? One of the most important things that you will learn in yoga is that yoga always tells the truth. That you will understand and feel the pose when you're willing to fully accept every single aspect of the pose and the experience that you have in it. So it's not just about looking like something. It's about feeling and knowing and understanding. You use these postures as tools to help navigate your life so that you get this beautiful opportunity to check in with yourself, so that you know how you truly are doing. Practice acceptance. If you're meeting with resistance, maybe you don't like your current circumstances, or you're struggling with something, or maybe you're attached to this place in your life which is going really well, and you just don't want to lose it. Let yourself take some deep and full breaths and allow yourself to be fully in the moment. Your breath is always in the present. And then begin to breathe evenly through your nose. And those of you that are familiar with Ujjayi style breath, start to amp up your Ujjayi. This is breath that not only can you feel it, you can actually hear it. It's really great because it reminds you to stay in the present moment. Set an intention for your class. And then once you've set your intention, release it to the universe. Total trust and no conditions. And we'll take 2 more breaths here. And at the bottom of your exhalation, take your low belly in, up, and back. And on your next inhale, rise up onto all fours. You're going to bring your wrists underneath your shoulders, spread your fingers open wide. You're going to line up your knees underneath your hips and your feet directly behind your knees. Now you can choose to keep the tops of your feet down, or you may want to tuck your toes forward. I like to tuck my toes forward sometimes if I need to feel a little bit more grounded. And if you need a little bit more openness, then you can always keep the tops of your feet down. Feel what's right for you at this moment. Take an inhale with a neutral spine from your tail to your crown. And on the exhale breath, tucking your tail, start rounding your back upward towards the sky. This is cat. And on the inhale breath, lifting from the chin and chest, bringing your spine toward the mat, lift the tail last, cow. And then tuck into your tail, rounding your back, and bringing it into cat. And we're going to move into 6 more rounds of cat-cows. You can move your hips forward and back. You can make circular motions with your hips, going in both directions. You may like to thread the needle, taking one arm underneath the other, opening up all through your hips, side body, shoulder, and neck. And whatever you do on one side, you do on the other side for the same length of time in the same way. You may want to bring your cows into upward facing dogs modified, or tuck so deeply in your cat that you drag up on your fingertips. Is waking up and warming up the spine. A good way to remember how to coordinate your breath with your motions is that your inhalations are typically upward motions and your exhalations are typically downward motions. Couple more rounds. You're going to finish up with your last round, so neutralize into your spine. And then tuck your toes forward. Spread open your fingers super wide. Take a deep inhalation in your upper back. And on the exhale, lift your seat up and back into down dog. You're going to move your feet back away from your hands an inch or two. Parallel and hip distance your feet so you don't want your feet too wide or too narrow. And hide your heels behind the toes. Press firmly into the thumb and index finger side of your hand. Straight arms, straight legs. Pull in the low belly. Relax in your head. Hitting your thighs back and engaging your arms more. And then walk your dog. Bending alternate knees. And taking a little hang time in each of your heels. You can lift up one leg and drop the heel toward the opposite buttock. And then those of you who are feeling nice and open, you can flip your dog, where you take your foot over and flip it. Of course, you can do both sides. You may want to turn your feet to the right, hips left, and vice versa. And then we hold our down dog for a couple more breaths. At any time during the class, if you need to rest, you can rest. And you can grab water when you need it, although I recommend getting through the sun salutations before taking a break. Then look to the space between your hands and walk up into that space and taking your feet hip distance or wider, back injured pregnant, keep your hands on the ground or fingertips on the ground for support. No issues in the back, not pregnant, grab opposite elbows, thumbs in the creases, head turning right and left in the no motion. You nod your head yes. Take your head around in little circles, both directions. Still the head, switch the grip, other forearm in front, hips going side to side. Hips left, torso right, vice versa, side to side, back and forth. center line, hang like a rag doll. Take a full breath from your heels to your crown and all the way back down. And if you're back injured or pregnant, keep your feet hip distance, your knees bending. You'll walk your hands up your legs. Otherwise, toe heel your feet so they come side by side. Hit your thighs back, your legs are straight. Tuck your tail and round yourself upright. And once you're upright, take your shoulders down and back twice. And you're gonna come all the way to the top of your mat, bringing your toes, heels, ankles to touch unless you're modifying. Taking your hands to heart center. Connect with your breath. Eyes are open. Let's get warm. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Head is relaxed, left foot goes back, knee goes down, top of the foot down. Arms up and back, this is called low lunge. Then place your hands to the mat, step back, and lower to the ground. Move your hands 12 inches forward, tops of feet down. Inhale, this is low cobra. Pull your hands back, tuck your toes, down dog. Take your left foot, step it forward. Low lunge. Come up and forward bend. Rise up and back. Exhalation, bow. Head is relaxed. Right side, knee goes down. Low lunge. Hands to the mat. Lower to the floor. Hands 12 inches forward. Inhalation. Pull the hands back. Exhalation. Take the right foot, step it up, and then come up to forward bend. Rise up and back, and exhalation, bow. Left side, knee goes down. Hands to the mat, lower to the floor. So these first rounds are a little slow. Forearms down for Sphinx. Pull the hands back, down dog. Take the left foot, bring it up. Then come up to forward bend. Rise up and back, and bow. Right side. Hands to the mat, lower. Forearms down, Sphinx. Hands back, down dog. Right foot up, low lunge. Come up, forward bend. Rise, and bow. Left side, knee goes down. Hands to the mat, lower to the ground. Keep your hands where they are, tops of feet down. Inhalation, cobra. Exhalation, down dog. Inhalation, left foot forward. Exhalation, forward bend. Rise. Bow. Right side. Lower. Curl it up. Bring it back. Up with the right. Deep forward fold. Rise. And bow. Good. Left side. Knee goes down. Step it back. Lower to the floor. This time, hands wide on the fingertips. Curl it up. And exhalation. Press it back. Take the left foot. Step it up. Exhale. Forward bend. Rise. Bow. Right side. Knee goes down. Step it back. Lower to the floor. Take it wide and high. Exhale. Press it back. Come up with the right. Forward bend at the top. Rise up and back. Exhalation, bow. Left side, knee goes down. One more round, just like that last one. Lower to the floor. Take it wide. your left foot towards the center line of your mat, stacking your right foot on your left foot, coming into Vashisthasana. Now you can add variations if you like, or if you need to modify, you put the bottom knee down. Don't strain or struggle. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold, high push-up plank. Bend the elbows straight back as you press through your feet, lowering chaturanga. Inhalation, curl up into upward dog, and then press to down dog. Take the left foot, step it up, and forward bend at the top. Rise up and back, and bow. Take the right foot back, knee goes down. Step it back and hold, high push-up plank. This time, right hand, right foot center, stack. Turn and open, modify if you need to. Keep breathing. You put a little micro bend in your right arm to help hold the pose. 3, 2, high push-up plank. Elbows straight back. Inhalation, upward dog. Exhalation, downward dog. Right foot steps forward. Low lunge. Come up. Forward fold. Take it up and back. And bow. Left side, knee goes down. Step it back, lower chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Over the left. Forward bend at the top. Up and back. Bow. Right side. Lower. Inhale. Exhale. Up with the right. Forward bend at the top. Take it up and back. And bow. Last round. Left side, knee goes down. Lower. Chaturanga. Curl it up. Press it back. Up with the left. Deep forward fold. Rise. And bow. Right side. Left side. Last round. Lower. Focus. Up with the right. Now when you complete your right side, you're going to hold your forward fold at the top. Take your feet hip distance or wider. Bend your knees as much as you need to so that your hands can touch the floor easily and you have support with the upper to the lower body. Low ribs touching high thighs. Take some deep breaths. And then if you'd like to take some variations, you can scoop up your heels, you can step on your palms, you can interlace behind you, stretch the arms up and over, draw the shoulder blades down, take some deep breaths, full breaths. Little weight toward the toes, hips over ankle bones. Breathe, whatever variation that you decided to take, work that variation. And then release your variations. Toe heel the feet side by side, unless you're modified. And you're going to bend your knees and sit down into an imaginary chair. And this is called Utkatasana, awkward pose, chair pose, fierce pose, powerful pose. Shoot it up, and on the exhale breath, bowing forward. Now we look up halfway, and we step or jump back to chaturanga. Inhalation, upward dog, exhalation, downward dog. Take your left foot, step it up. This is warrior one. Hold your pose. Left knee bending 90, right leg straight. Press through both your heels and square your chest forward. Lift your ribs up off the waist. If you're able, hands can come together, head goes back. Good, hands to the mat. Step back and lower. Inhale. Exhale. Taking the right foot, stepping it up. Warrior one, hold. Outer edge of left foot is down. Right knee bending 90. Press through both your heels. Lift your ribs up off the waist. Hands can come together, head can go back. Hands come to the mat. Lower. Inhale. Exhale. Down dog. Now down dog is a rest. It's also a place to reconnect with your breath. It's also a place to realign. Good. Looking up, and you can step or you can jump up and fold, then bend your knees sitting in your chair. Shoot it up, and then bow down. Looking up and coming back. Inhaling and exhaling. Left foot up, warrior one. As soon as you're up, bring it back down. Flow. Right side, warrior one. As soon as you're up, bring it back down. Hold it down dog. Three rounds. Parallel your feet. Straighten your arms and your legs. Your low belly in. Lift the pelvic floor. Move under. Look up. Step or jump. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees and sit down in your imaginary chair. Bring your hands to heart center. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to twist. Taking the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh, turning and twisting your chair. Now, you're going to notice that one knee is going to try and come forward. You need to get your knees to glue together, side by side. Press in the heels. Let the seat come lower than the heart. Turn your waist, turn your chest, turn your shoulders, turn your neck. Release to center. Toe heel your feet apart. Bend your knees. Take your peace fingers. Grab your big toes. Take an inhale breath, lengthen the spine. And on the exhale breath, bend the elbows and fold. Padangusthasana. So bend your knees as much as you need to so that you can grab your big toes comfortably. Pull the shoulder blades down, but lengthen the side bodies. You're going to need this later. You want your side bodies super long, hamstrings open, little weight forward toward the toes. Release your hands from your toes. Toe heel your feet side by side again. Bend your knees and sit down in your chair. And bring your hands to heart center and twist. Now taking your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Knees side by side. You'll notice your hands in prayer are somewhere near your top shoulder. You need to pull those hands back and down. Turn. Waist, chest, shoulders, neck. Good. Unwind. Toe heel apart. Grab under the heels. Padahastasana. Hand to foot. Fold. Deeply in. Breathe all through your back body. Notice any areas where you're holding tension
these areas of tension and gripping that we carry around with us every single day are preventing us from getting what we want in our lives. Take a cleansing breath if you need it. Release your hands from underneath your feet. And toe heel your feet so they come side by side. Sit down into your chair. Shoot it up. And on the exhale, bow forward. Look up halfway. Come on back. Inhale. And exhale. Left foot forward. Triangle. Come directly in. Now, if triangle is too far for you to touch the floor, grab your block and put it behind your left ankle bone. Put your hand on the block, fingers in the same direction as toes, so you can create some more space for yourself. Engage both of your thighs. Inhalation, rise. Turn your feet so they face the long mirrored wall. Put the hands on the hips. Drop your tail. Roll your chest open. And then from the hips, hinge forward. Right where the hips meet the thighs. So you're going to come forward and grab your outer ankles and put your head on the ground. Breath. Lift your seat higher, engage your legs, pull in your belly, push your chest closer to the mat. Good. Bring your hands out in front of you. Toe heel in twice, and then inhale and rise. Turn your right foot in deeply, and your left foot so it faces forward. Raise your arms up above your head in prayer. Lean back. Chin to chest. Come forward. And if you used a block for triangle, you can use a block for this one too, putting your hands onto a block out in front of your foot. If you don't need the block, don't use the block. Which sounds kind of funny, like if you don't need it, don't use it. But if I use the analogy of like eating potato chips. And here's the thing, I'm a very strong advocate of, I do believe that you do need potato chips from time to time, but you don't need a whole bag. And it's not about the calories, it's about understanding what are your needs. Because you might be in this pose thinking, we've held this pose for too long, but I can assure you, if you hold it a little longer, it will benefit you even more. Not every pose is like that, but this one is. Go a little deeper if you can. Find that place inside of you that lets you go a little bit deeper, lets you hold it. Valerie, gorgeous. Okay, and then we're going to put the hands in prayer above the head. Inhale and rise. Take one step to the top of the mat. Use that belly strength. Bend your knees and sit down in your imaginary chair. Good. Shoot it up. And on the exhale, bow. Look up halfway. Come on back. Flow. Inhalation. Exhalation. Coming into downward facing dog. Take your right foot up, but triangle. Place your hand down. If you're using your block, put your hand on your block. Straight legs. Strong belly, lifted chest. Keep re-engaging your thighs, tucking your tail. Should be able to rotate your chest without throwing your arm back. Don't throw your arm, yes. Your chest and your arm on the same body, not the same part. Creating really great awareness. Good, then inhalation, rise. And turn your feet so that they face the long edge of your mat, and the orange wall in here. Put your hands in reverse namaskarasana, reverse prayer. Loop your tail. Lift your chest and curl over the fingertips. And then exhalation breath, come forward. Elevate your elbows. One more breath. Go deeper. Strengthen your legs. Lift your seat higher. Then inhale, rise. Toe heel in twice. Release your hands from reverse prayer. Turn. Left foot in. Right foot forward. Arms up. Switching out your thumb grip from the last time you were in prayer. Lengthen, lean back. Chin to chest. Come forward. Use your block or put it to the side if you don't need it. When you use the block, put it directly in front of your foot and put both hands onto the block. Right hip back, left hip forward. Low belly in, thighs pressing back, spine lengthening down the forward leg. Shoulder blades down. Don't grip your toes. Finding that place within you where you hold the pose. That space within you that holds your true strength. And then inhale and rise. Take one step to the top of the mat. Bending your knees, we sit down in the chair. Good, shoot it up. And on the exhale, bow. Looking up halfway. Come on back. Low. Inhaling. Exhaling. Left foot up, warrior one. As soon as you're up, bring it back down. Other side. Right back down. We're going to take a flip dog. You don't have to do it if you don't want to do it. It's a choice. But something that you may need to work on is spending less time complaining and more time taking action to benefit yourself. This is challenging. There's a lot to complain about, but it's a choice. You could use your time and energy complaining, or you could use your time and your energy to benefit you. So if you're up to it, let's all take a flip dog together, moving the left hand and the left foot to the center, lifting the right leg. Lift that leg way, way up. I'm going to come with a ball of my standing foot and lift up through the thigh, higher, higher. And then flipping that dog over. Amp up your legs, tuck your tail, and bring the free hand all the way to the ground. And then from there, flipping that dog right back over. Right hand, right foot center. Left leg rising, coming on the ball of the standing foot, lifting the leg in the air higher and higher. And then dropping it over. Amp up your legs, tucking your tail. Pull it all the way through until the hand touches the ground. Yes, good. That's when you know you went to your edge. Yes. Hold the pose now. Down dog. 2 more breaths. Good. Look up. Step or jump. And fold. Sit down in your chair. This is your last beat. Shoot it up and bow. Look up, bring it back. Lower. Inhale, exhale. Up with the left. Warrior 1. Bring it right back down. Don't rush, just move with your breath. Do the right side. Beautiful. Nice windy up. Downward dog. 5 breaths. Let's hold the down dog. This will be more restful. Look up. Step or jump. Fold. Sit as low as you can in your chair, still keeping your chest open. Come up. Bring your hands to your heart. Good morning. Have some water. Get whatever props you might need. Woo, I know. It's a good morning. Will you shut that off for a quick second? Thank you. All right, I'm going to be here, so if you don't mind turning around while I talk to you for just a couple of minutes. So once we're warmed up, then we can move into the rest of our practice. Last week we were working on detachment, non-attachment, and this week we're going to work on forgiveness. Okay, you had forgiveness, right, Liz? Uh-huh. And you had non-judgment. Okay, and they really go hand in hand. Forgiveness and non-judgment, when we were talking yesterday in philosophy and teacher training, I asked everybody to bring in an article of interest to discuss, because what's really important as individuals, even though we're all interconnected, we all have something to offer. We all have different tastes and opinions and things that we see differently from other people, and that can benefit one another. It's really important not to actually isolate or think that you've got it all figured out, because, you know, if everybody did that, nobody would even talk to one another and we wouldn't learn anything. So it's really important that we allow ourselves that openness and that freedom to actually interconnect. What that requires a lot of the time is not holding judgment over yourself and allowing yourself to forgive what I want to call just being human. We make mistakes every single day, and we are never going to get through an entire day being perfect. It doesn't happen. It's not part of our existence. So if you can practice forgiveness and not hold yourself up to unrealistic standards, then once you can do that with yourself, you are completely capable of doing that also with other people. This does not eliminate accountability or responsibility at all. People are not only accountable,
but responsible for everything they say and they do. It's just don't hold yourself or anyone else to some sort of standard that's just completely unrealistic. Okay? And then we're choice makers, so you can choose if you want to have someone in your life or not. It's not like you're being held captive and you don't have a choice. You know, and other people experience that, okay, where they don't have a choice. And that is not okay. And that takes away our freedom. And so you're on your mat, you're a choice maker, taking a yoga class, 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. This is a very good space to be in. So alleviate some of that judgment of yourself, forgive, and then extend that to others. Okay? So in my other class I said there's a difference between rest and lazy. The only thing they have in common is that they're both 4 letters, okay? And there's a difference between saying I forgive you and then holding resentment, and saying I forgive and accepting our humanness, okay? You can actually forgive someone and not want to be friends with them, okay? It's important because it frees you of the hardness in your heart. Let's practice, all right? Just a couple things to keep in mind. Come to the top of the mat. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a cleansing breath. Focus on yourself. It's not selfish. It's responsible. It's self-reliance. Bring your hands to your heart. Take an inhale and raise your arms. And on the exhale, bow. Look up halfway. And then step or jump back. Flow through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Now y'all are lucky this morning because it's a teacher training weekend. So some of the teacher trainers are going to be teaching you. After you can give them feedback. Online you can give feedback. Facebook, if we cut out, it's because the heat got to the phone. Go to YouTube, Fire Heart Yoga. All right, so I'm going to hand it over to, you're teaching Crescent lunge, yes? Rachel's going to teach the Crescent.
Lift your left leg up and bring it in for Crescent lunge. Inhale when you come up strong. Back leg is straight and just as engaged as your front leg. Take your right elbow and bring it to the outside of your left leg for a twist. You can come into prayer or use your fist to push away. Turn from the waist, the chest, the shoulders, the neck. With every inhale you lengthen. With every exhale you twist deeper. If you would like, you can bind. If not, you can stay in this twist.
You need to modify it. Then you can transfer it.
One more breath.
a bind on the other side. Go ahead and do the bind. Hold it for one more breath. Go to your deepest. Bring your hands down and flow through. Now Betsy's going to teach you.
So from down dog, step that left foot forward to the outside of your left hand. Drop your right knee down. We're going into lizard. So angle that front foot about 45 degrees. You can bring your hands down onto your wrists like this. If you need to interlace, feel free to interlace. If that's too deep, then you can rest your hands on your block. You can stay here, or if you want to amp it up, straighten that back leg. Come onto your toes and press your heel down. Think about how strong you are. Suck your stomach in. Engage your quads. This is a hip opener. You're doing your body some real good here. Opening those hamstrings. You guys have got this. Hold it for just a few more seconds. Now, straighten your arms. Bring that left foot back and let's flow. So look up halfway. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's do the other side. So step that right foot forward to the outside. You want your foot in line with your hand. Get your hands just like you did on the other side. Mirror and match. Keep your knee down if you're new. Amp it up when you're ready. Now think about your head. You want it in a neutral position. You don't want it lifted up and you don't want to drop it down too much. Think about those hips. You're opening your hips, working your hip flexor, working those hamstrings. You guys have got it. You're strong. Hands down. Step that right foot back and flow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Look up. Step or jump. Sit in your chair.
Macy's going to teach you.
Okay, we're going to go into warrior 2, side angle. Arms up. And fold in. Look up halfway. Bring it back. Left foot between your hands. Right foot down. Warrior 2. Hands out left and right. Arms out left and right. Left leg at 90 degrees. Right leg straight. Gaze past your fingertips. You want to peel your hips apart. Chest open. Gaze past your left fingertips. We're going to hold here. Now we're going to go into side angle. So you're going to look to the right, stretch to the left as far as you can go, and you're going to bring your left hand either to your knee to modify. You can put it to the inside of your left foot, or the outside is more advanced. You're going to turn from the waist, chest, and neck, and you're going to look up past your right fingertips. Keep turning, facing the ceiling. You want your chest to be open. Now inhale, come up. Bend or straighten your left leg. Turn your left foot in, and we're going to step in. Come up. Close. Go to the top of the mat. It's okay. Flow. Inhale, turn to the front. Now we're going to flow. Forward bend. Look up halfway. your right leg. Keep your left leg straight. You want to peel your hips apart. Chest open. You want your left arm hidden behind your right shoulder. Gaze past your right fingertips. And now we're going to look to the left and stretch out to the right, arm down. Either you can modify by putting your elbow to your right knee, hand on the inside of your right foot, or your right hand on the outside. It's more advanced. And you're going to flank your left arm over. Look up, twist. And you put your left hand down and we're going to float. Put your right foot back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog.
Beautiful. Come down on your hands and your knees, grab some water. They taught well, yes? Pretty good? Good. They're halfway through training. Right? So it's like Wednesday. Yeah, they're halfway through training. It's like a really, really long Wednesday. But all the rest is just smooth sailing. So we're going to move into dolphin, ecopod, dolphin, and then going up to the forearm balance. So go ahead and lay your forearms down. You're prepped for this. You can put a block if you need it. Tuck your toes forward. Take an inhale in your upper back. And on the exhale, lift your seat. I did turn the heat down, so it's going to be good. It's going to just stay like this, you know, just moist. Ecopod, one leg up. Put it down. Lift the other. Put it down. Both legs up. Very nice. Something that is very helpful to a lot of people is if you can catch one of your legs with the other leg. When you go up, you catch the leg with the other leg, and it helps stabilize you. Worst case scenario, you just go over, catch yourself in a back bend. Don't crash into your neighbors, or your children, or your animals at home. Come down, rest. Child's pose. 2 breaths. Alright, we're going to work on the prep for Visvamitrasana. Go ahead and unwind and turn around so I can show you. The arm goes underneath the leg, okay? And then what you're going to practice doing is noticing if you can lift this front leg up off the ground. right? Because you have to get a connection from your low belly to your hip, to your leg, to your foot. Okay. You want to get deep underneath there. You are literally pressing your shoulder in your arm and your arm back into your shoulder. If you don't do that, not only will you not get underneath there nice and deep, your leg will just keep sliding down your arm. You have to press them into one another. You have to create a seal. Okay? You know how an eagle, where like squeeze your arms and legs together and everybody just kind of hangs out like whatever. But you thought I didn't know. But you have to make a conscious effort to actually squeeze together. And that's what creates the seal and the interconnectedness within your own body. So from here, if you're able, right, then you can grab your foot like so. Okay. And then to put the whole pose together, which I find actually very challenging, right? And have one leg straight. I'm going to go in just lifting the leg right now. And then lifting here. Yes, it's not my best pose, but I practice it a lot because you need it, okay? Wherever you get to is fine. If in fact you can hold the foot and open the chest more, go ahead and do that. Y'all are nice and warmed up, okay? So let's start off with the prep, where you bring your, let's bring the left leg forward. And then go left arm under leg. Breathe, please. Breathe and just take your time. Wherever you are is fine. The first thing you want to figure out is, do you have a connection with your low belly to your hip, to your leg, to your foot? So notice if you can lift your left foot up off of the mat. Good, Elena, beautiful. And then you can go grab your foot with your right hand. Nice. And straighten the leg while still on the knee. And this gives you what is the actual experience of what the pose feels like fully extended. Very nice, Laura. And then put that foot down. And now when you're exhausted, I'm going to ask you to try and do the entire thing. Here we go. Go ahead and straighten that back leg. So once you don't have the support of your knee onto the ground, right? It's like your first week at college, like, oh my God, I don't know how to do anything. Okay. And then lift. Yes, have fun. Nice, Tashini. Hold for 3, 2. Good. Place it back down. Flow. Take a vinyasa. Inhaling and exhaling. That was very successful. Coming into downward facing dog. All right. Go ahead and come down onto your knees. And then bring your right leg forward. And take the right arm underneath your leg. Doing this other side. You might have a very different experience one side to the other. Notice how responsive is your right leg. Go through all 3 stages. Good. And flow. It doesn't have to be beautiful. All right. And then hand you over to Laura.
All right. We're going to go into half pigeon here. So from your down dog, we're going to lift your left leg straight into the air. Bring it forward for half pigeon. Make sure that your right leg is straight behind low belly. Lift your chest before you go down into its fullest pose. Now, if your left buttocks cannot reach the ground, you might want to put a block underneath you for support, okay? And then fold over your left leg for half pigeon. Bury your hands into the ground. Feel really grounded in this pose. This is a very opening position in your hips, okay? And we hold a lot of stress in our hips here. So you might feel a lot of emotion in this. Let it go. Breathe into it. Don't hold on to that. For a deeper stretch, you can even put your hands into prayer behind your head. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. Take a cleansing breath if you need. All right, come out into down dog. We're going to take a breath here into down dog. Press deep down into your hands. Take a cleansing breath again if you need that. Now come up with your right leg for half pigeon on the other side. Now if you used a block on this side, go ahead and do so again on this side. Okay, pull your navel to your spine. Lift your chest. Look up if you can into its fullest position before you go down. Great, and when you're ready, forward fold over that right leg. This might feel very different on this side as it did to the other side, and that's okay. Breathe into it. Straighten that back leg a little more. 2 more breaths. Breathe into it.
Left leg comes forward. Lie down on your back. Ekapada bridge. If you have a back issue, put a block underneath your sacrum for support, because we're going to have one leg up in the air. Lie down on your back. Pregnancy does wheel. Make sure that your middle fingers can touch your heels. Make sure that your feet are parallel, that they're not turning out to the sides. Here's how you know. If you try to bring your knees so that they'll touch each other and they won't, then you need to take your feet wider and more parallel so your knees will actually fall towards one another. This is called internal rotation. We need this. Hold the edges of your mat. Take an inhale to your chest. And on the exhale, start lifting your hips up. Should take about 3 breaths to get into this pose. Take an inhale, chest coming towards the chin. Don't move the face or the chin, move the chest. Bring the upper arm bones closer together underneath you. Use your exhale to lift your hips and pull your belly in. Take another inhale. Lift your back ribs up away from your seat. Pressing the breastbone firmly in the chin, creating a seal. In this case, it's called Jalandhara Bandha. It's a lock. Also, engage your pelvic floor and pull in just under your ribs. Feel how you're harnessing your energy inward. Now keep all of these locks. Move your knees closer together. Move your feet a little closer together. Pull your right knee in toward the chest and then send the leg straight up.
Pull in the left leg. Lift it up. Put it down. Articulate your spine to the ground. Pregnancy lie on the left side. Everyone else, feet together, knees open, Supta Baddha Konasana. Rest. Deep breaths. Rachel, will you shut the lights off? Oh, thanks, Betsy. Perfect, thank you guys. Use your hands to close your thighs. We're going to rock and roll up 3 times, massaging the spine. Good. We're going to go upside down for 3 minutes. Shoulder stand, forearm balance. Headstand. I'd recommend headstand. Either Shavasana 1 where you hold the head, or Shavasana 2 where it's a tripod. Okay? If you want to lay over a block, you can lay over a block. If you just want to lie with your legs up, you can just lie with your legs up, but get your legs up in the air. Okay? You can go into Shavasana 2 the same way that you go up into Shavasana 1, just different hand positioning. You can use any wall. And one of the benefits of practicing near the wall, even if you're more advanced, is that you get to work on your form rather than just struggling to hold the pose. If it's effortless really for you in many ways, then you're welcome, of course, freestand, of course. But if you feel like you still need some support with the wall, then take it, because that way you can make progress faster. You may never even touch the wall, but it's there. While you're in child's pose, and stretch your arms up and over. If you were in shoulder stand, drop through plow. If when you take your arms up and over, You want to turn your head slowly to the right and to the left. This is something I do when I come out of, anytime I'm on my head or my forearms or my hands, because if the shoulders are a little bit on the weaker side, and for me, I'm quite over flexible, so it's taken a long time to build upper body strength, then I need to stretch back out a little bit so that I don't get too much tension building up. It's a lot of work to stay upside down sometimes. If you're particularly tight, this will also help you because it will create flexibility, so it's a win-win. And then slowly unwind after you've taken 6 breaths. For each minute we were up, we take 2 breaths when we come down to rest. And we're going to move into Happy Baby. This went by very quickly for me. Happy Baby. Rocking east and west. If you want to straighten your legs while you're there, you can do that too. It will intensify the stretch, and my overflexible folks take advantage of your overflexibility. It's goodness. This is also a really great place if you're on the tighter side to practice getting those legs super straight and more open. You're fully supported. Good, and then stillness. Give yourself a good squeeze. Hug the knees into the chest. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, squeeze and try to lengthen your entire spine all the way from neck to tail onto the ground. Let's take one more breath this way, all the way in, and squeeze. Good. Then put the feet on the ground, pick up the hips and move them left. Pull the knees into the chest and drop the knees over to the right. Supine twisting. Lift your top leg, followed by your bottom. Pick up your hips and move them to the right, and then pull your knees in. Yeah, this feels so good. And drop the knees over to the left, supine twisting. Keep your focus and your attention still in your body, still in the room, still in the moment. And lift the top leg, followed by the bottom. Come center. Shavasana. Rest. Let your toes flop open, bring your arms down by your sides. Close and still your eyes. Belly rise and fall. And I'll guide you through Shavasana. Taking a deep breath in from the soles of your feet all the way up through the crown of your head. Breathe deeply in. And as you exhale, let your exhalation breath wash through you, down you, over you. From the crown of your head all the way through the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes. Take your next inhalation breath from the soles of your feet all the way up beyond the crown of your head. And let your exhalation breath wash over you, expanding beyond the body and beyond the mat. all the way out through the heels and into the earth. Feel grounded in the heels, in the earth, in the calves, in the hips, in the shoulders, in the back of the head. And as you take your next inhalation breath, feel the earth's powerful energy and nurturing coming into the body, rising to the front of the body from the back. And as you feel this earth's energy exceed the body, as you exhale, pull the energy from the universe above, all through the body, meeting the earth, traveling in you, through you, about you, around you. You are one and the same. We are all interconnected. Breathe. Relax your mind. Relax your body. Relax. I thank you so much for allowing all of us to teach you this morning. It is our honor, our pleasure. Namaste.